to keep track of my jokes, and I'm always asking her, I'm like, do you think I should send this joke to my graveyard? And she's never said yes, not one time. She believes in every joke I ever wrote.
That's awesome.
Even the ones I don't.
That's wicked cool.
This is our very first podcast with Jenna, and as you can hear, we are on the side of the road. So if you're in a truck right now, honk your horn. All right. All right. So since Jenna is the fresh face here, we're going to start with you. So we all met at open mic, but we all have a story outside of open mic, hopefully. So tell us a little bit about you. Where are you from, this area?
I am from Blackstone, Massachusetts. So kind of ish.
How'd you find your way here?
Okay, I don't know how in depth this is supposed to be. It all started one cloudy day in 1999. No, I started coming to open mics in like November, December with my brother Devin, and yeah, I really wanted to tell. I love writing jokes and writing in general, and I wanted to get better at telling jokes. So I started taking improv to maybe be able to do that. And so I started going to Kismet. Is that copyrighted? I don't know.
No, you can talk about it. If it's something they can see from the road, it's technically public, right? But you just can't show a logo without their permission. So before your brother was doing open mics for how long before?
He wasn't. He started. He didn't even really write jokes until I started. I kind of got him into this, but I was writing, and just posting it online. But I was like, what if I said them out loud? People might like that.
So how long ago was that?
That was November. We started coming out to the mics casually, and then January, the new year hit, and we're like, we're going to do this for real.
Did you go up on stage your very first mic?
So we had a showcase at Kismet, a stand-up showcase, and we started preparing for that, and that was in November. So we went up a couple times before that, and that was like our first performance.
I didn't know they did stand-up. So is that included in the improv, or is that a separate class?
So it wasn't a class. It was just someone from one of my classes put together a showcase, and he was like, "You write jokes beyond this," and yeah, that kind of sparked it all.
Yeah, and it felt natural?
No, definitely unnatural. But the writing part and the joke part is natural, I think.
So the Kismet happened, but then did you start searching for other open mics around town? How did you find this one?
I don't even know how I think we just heard, we started at Askew before it closed, and talked to a couple people there. I think Will told us about the Vault, and that was the second one we went to, and we just kind of started talking to people there. Then we went in like January, we started going to Kinsman on Fridays, and then we just started only doing this with our evenings.
So how many days a week do you hit these?
Right now, every day of the week, pretty much.
That's impressive.
Tuesday nights are usually joke club, but we've been mixing it up.
Do you have a favorite location that? Because I know Jimmy's always telling me like which ones I should go to if I actually want somebody to respond to me. He's like, he knows the locations well.
I think the Kinsman is the most fun on Friday night.
What do you guys think? You guys can jump in at any time here.
Kinsman's is great.
It's a fun hang for sure.
For sure.
When I can make it, I can go to that one.
I feel like the crowd can be hit or miss.
That one's earlier.
It's like that everywhere.
That's true.
That's just what it is. If you have some outsiders that are watching, then it's a plus. But when you write your stuff, don't think there's a crowd that's going to be in front of you. Oh, I want to see how they react to that. There's pretty much nobody.
So when you're going, this is a question I have because it's kind of what I'm going through right now. It's like, when do you feel that you're ready to have a crowd? Do you want to test your stuff out right away, like if you can, or do you want to wait until you feel comfortable with it and then have someone react to it. Because I know that like here is a perfect place to go if you don't want to have anybody react at all. I have no feedback at all.
Howdy. Hey, I seen that middle
Come on
finger.
the podcast.
Great job.
Thank you.
Love it.
One step at a time.
Yeah, we're inspired by you. You know, we're trying to get Jimmy to rant.
I seen your middle finger at me in the video the other day. Hey, back at you, buddy.
So when you're writing material, like, are you excited? Like, do you want somebody to start feedback right away, or do you want to get more comfortable with it on stage before you have feedback?
I would like feedback right away because personally, the material itself is more important to me. Like, if the jokes are funny, I care a lot more about than how they're presented, which might be incorrect. I don't know. But as soon as possible, I want to be like, is this a funny concept?
Yeah, you feel the same way, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, I don't care if somebody comes up to me and says anything. I'll take it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Any
I'm not gonna
feedback is good feedback.
Yeah, I'm not going to dismiss anybody.
So my follow-up question to that is, like, how do you know when it's finally time to get rid of one? Like, say there's one, you don't have any much feedback. How do you know when a joke is like you're wasting your time on it? It's time to move on, or what we say in the business is kill the baby.
If three times, you say it 3 times, nothing comes out, then like abort it, I guess. That's the way to go.
3 times is the max. Like
Right.
once or twice, if it doesn't hit the first time, rewrite it a little bit. You never know. It could just be the crowd.
Right.
It takes a while. It's more than twice. Yeah, definitely. You might just have to rewrite it. There could be one person in the audience that night, and they didn't think it was funny. Who knows?
I disagree with the 3 rule. I think when you stop thinking it's funny,
When you yourself stop, because that could never happen.
I have a
Like,
joke that I love that is my favorite joke I've written, and it bombs, and it won't one day. It's not going to be
No.
anytime soon, but you
one of
can't.
these days.
I feel like as long as you still care about it.
So basically, your ideal is like if you keep working it, eventually it's going to work, right? If you keep grinding on that same joke, eventually it's going to work. How you doing?
I don't know if I should interrupt you guys.
No, it's all good. Hold on.
Climb on board.
I might be able to get you in here too.
Should we keep talking?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, keep on
No.
talking. Well, I'm gonna do a little experiment here
Silence.
and see if we can't.
Just the motorcycle noise. Some people are into that. Some people just listen to that stuff like for 10 hours and that's how they sleep, like highway noise. I miss it.
Oh, they do. There's entire channels where literally they just like somebody will take a camera. They're not even on the camera, and they'll just walk up and down the streets, or they'll just drive with like the car camera, and that's all there is.
I watch that all the time
Me
as
too.
background
I'd
video. And like
binge
some
on
music
that.
or something.
I don't want to feel close to driving when I'm relaxing. The farther away, the better.
Sometimes they're point of view walking videos though.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Too distracting.
Instead of going for a walk, you watch someone else do it.
That's right.
Did you go walking today?
enjoyment.
Well, Steve did.
Right. This dude in Mexico City.
So we're just walking on these rocks. The sound of it. Somebody listens to that.
That's kind of a good one.
ASMR style, right?
All right. So we're here. We're still here next to the racetrack, apparently. Okay. So you had just told us that you got into this because you started doing improv, or you went to.
I started improv to get better at stand-up, or to be able to tell my jokes. And then a kid from one of our improv classes, he did a showcase at our improv place and asked us to be on it. And we had mentioned like wanting to do stand-up more, so he asked us. And then that's kind of, I don't know.
No, you did stand up before you did. You did stand up a couple times, and then we stopped, and then you did improv.
I had tried it out a couple times.
So did she blackmail you into going, or
Me? No. The first time she did stand up, it was at Jake and Johnny's, And I didn't even go up. I was just watching her.
So bad.
And some lady, there's like a big disruption at the table right in front of her, like her first time ever doing stand up. And to the point where I got up and I walk over and I was like, I just got down on one knee. I was like, hey, do you guys need any help? I was pissed that they were like disrupting her set. And it was an old lady and her son. And her son goes, oh yeah, she just needs a little help, like getting to the bathroom. And I realized as I was talking to them that this old lady shit her pants during Jenna's first set ever. And that was that.
Yeah. No, so I bombed. We went to
You
a few
bombed and
mics.
she
I bombed quite a couple times. And I realized, I was like, I need to learn how to be on stage.
So is there any existing like professional comedians that kind of like inspired you, or how did you come up with your style?
My style, I love Silly. Silly is a big inspiration. I love Rick Glassman. I love Mitch Hedberg. Just
You made somebody drop a Tootsie Roll in the pants the first time you went up. That's good. That's good.
I would say comedically, Jenna was most influenced by Mitch Hedberg, but philosophically, you were most influenced by Rick Glassman.
sure.
Like the stuff that you say. Jenna knew a lot about this before we, like, she couldn't have known the things that she was saying when we started it. Oh, thank you. Oh. And it's like staying to the end of the mic and listening to everybody every time. When she was telling me these things at the start, I was like, I don't want to really hang out for 3 hours every day. And she was 100% right about everything.
It's the longest AA meeting.
Yeah, it's a different experience. Like for me, I'm used to being on stage, but not as a comedian. Like I've been on stage for years, talking in front of hundreds of people, thousands of people sometimes because of my bands. But but actually me being the focus and me actually saying something that people have to listen to, that was the hard thing for me. And like I said, all 5 times I've been up, all 5 times I've changed 100% of what I've said on stage because I got no feedback, so I wasn't sure if anything was hitting, and the anxiety of it was like, you know what, all right, I'm just going to rewrite the whole thing. Maybe they don't like, ex-wife jokes. Maybe they don't like, poor dad jokes. Maybe they don't like, after a while I'm going to run out of life experiences, I think.
Were all 5 times here?
No. I also did at Jake and Johnny's. I've only been to 3 of the venues. Well, technically I've been to 4. I went to Brass Monkey, but I didn't do anything there. I just went inside. But in Blue Moon, the only time I was actually going to perform was the night that John came in. And then once he went up, I was like, nah, I'm not going up now.
No, you should always go up. Every time I try not to go up at a mic, somebody convinces me to, and I'm always glad that I did, even if I eat shit after.
Tonight, I rewrote a whole thing. Jimmy was helping with him, and I rewrote another entire new set to do tonight. What about you?
What? I just recently saw an excellent movie while cleaning my keyboard. What About Bob? Have you seen this?
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah.
Awesome
That's a
movie.
classic.
Is that
Bob?
what inspired you to do open mics?
No. I was just like, what am I doing today? Well, that's what I did before coming here, is clean my keyboard, and I needed to throw something on in the background. Hence, What About Bob?
Well, so how'd you end up here? How did you end up doing open mics?
A coworker told me about the Jake and Johnny's mic, and that's how I found out about this one, because the same guy, Steve DiNuccio, runs it. So that's how I'm here.
How long ago was that? I think that's where we met, was at Jake and Johnny's originally.
Yes. I first tried open mic in 2023, and then I got like a concussion right afterwards, and then
from the open mic? Did you fall off the stage?
unrelated. But I was like, this is not. I want to get back into it, but at a later time, and that was just this year. Very lame story. Just like walking around in an attic space.
Too tall.
As a tall person.
Nice.
Yes, exactly. And you forget how tall you are in different sections because of the elevated range.
Yeah, rafters are dangerous.
Yeah, that fucking sucks. Yeah, don't be tall, kids, unless it helps. Then just like change your height depending on the situation.
Now, you've been doing this longer than all of us.
Yeah, no, not really. I did it 25 years ago, probably a little longer than I'm doing it now, but I completely stopped.
But you were inspired because you got to see them every night, right? You got to see a lot of people go up you worked at a bar. Is that what you told me?
Yeah, I worked at it was a comedy club, and there was like some type of show or it's something or other was going on every night over there. But the open mics weren't like this. You had to like live in New York or LA or whatever. That was the formula to do like 3-5 open mics a night, but you couldn't do it around here 25 years ago. You know, there were no cameras, there was no social media, there was nothing like that. What about Bob? Back to that
That excellent movie. Yes.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm schizophrenic, and so am I. Remember that line?
Yes. Classic line.
Schizophrenic, and so am I. Yeah, I derailed it, but go ahead.
So it's up to you now. So how did you get there? We know a little bit of the story.
How did I get into comedy?
Like, was it 100% kind of like her draw? Like it was a gravity thing?
No. I remember being like 3 years old and laying on the ground while my aunt and uncle were watching like Def Comedy Jam. And it was all like Cedric the Entertainer and Bernie Mac and all those guys. And I remember just like belly laughing. Like I couldn't believe how much my stomach hurt. Watch it. I must have been like 3 or 4. I always loved stand up. And then when Jenna was maybe around 8 or 12, I remember I would sit her down and we would just talk about a joke. We wouldn't even laugh about it. She would just she wouldn't understand why it was funny, and we would just go through why, like the little details of a joke, what made you laugh at it actually. And then one day Jenna hit me up. She was like, we're going to open mic tonight. I was like, all right. And then we took the improv class together, and then we've just been grinding the mic since.
Pack your bags, give them the 2 weeks notice.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're done.
She quit her job for this.
Well,
Yeah.
I pretty much walked out of my job in last October. I was like, I'm done. Whatever, I'm driving Uber, whatever. I'm making it happen somehow.
Yeah.
Hustling.
Yeah,
every great entertainment story starts with I slept in my car.
Yeah.
You know, the
Well-
thing is like this is literally a full-time, more than full-time job. You know, it's an overtime job, and it's something that you have to put yourself into 100%. It doesn't matter if it's just stand-up comedy or if it's acting or whatever. It's literally something to where if you can't just do it on the weekends, you know, you're 100% in or you're not in.
I don't have like a set schedule, and that's confusing for me.
You can make a comedy schedule.
I have no set schedule.
Also, I thought the question was, how did we get into open mics, not comedy? Because I would say Devin got me into comedy, but I got him into open mics.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
see.
yin and the yang.
Exactly.
There's going to be competing autobiographies later on. I see this now.
We're so different that I suspect there's not going to be a lot of competition between us.
You guys ever thought about doing a routine together?
Like,
Hey.
actually, she just said something about going up with 2 mics for the open mic that we're going to start hosting.
Like
So I guess we have.
Yeah. Why
Fall
not?
River,
Why
right?
not? It's been
Yeah,
Fall
tomorrow.
River.
Are both of you guys hosting that, or
We were thinking about alternating,
one? What?
but I said I thought Jenna should host the first one because more people are coming to see her give the people what they
see
want.
how it feels.
Mm.
We might
be the
alternate.
hype man in the background.
We're gonna switch off, I think, maybe each week or
Yeah, we'll have some guest hosts. We'll figure it out. We'll tweak it as we go.
that's the one that's tomorrow.
Yeah. But I'm concerned people are going to come to the open mic thinking they're coming to a comedy show
Yeah,
and just not.
Well, that's their fault.
Yeah.
Right?
they're going to be
That's-
bringing their accordions and
No, but
flutes.
people are like inviting their friends. I don't know.
That's
like,
good, though.
it's gonna be a
No,
party.
And
Yeah.
It's not gonna.
yeah,
be
we have to make it
either.
fun. We have to make it fun.
You guys' routines are good. I mean, most of the so far the names that I've heard are pretty good. I don't see why they would be disappointed with the show.
No, I agree. Cheap bar, cheap drinks,
Free
back
food.
room. Yeah, streets and pepper sandwiches. I
You
think
can
we're gonna
smoke
have
at the
a good time.
bar, but
live
only cigarettes.
live polka music afterwards.
Polka.
Yeah,
You can play an accordion.
yeah, pretty good at that.
I've seen kids at open mics before, and some of my jokes are filthy. So I was thinking about just saying the joke as exactly as it is, but changing every dirty word to like hot dog or banana or like something silly and stupid.
hot dog.
That might actually
What does that
pretty
mean?
funny.
I thought it might be.
Were you stealing Jimmy's bit?
What?
Hot dog?
Oh, no, I would
Yeah,
never
stay
do
away
that.
from his hot dog.
I was gonna put a hot dog on the ice in a plastic bag and come up. Hey, you know what this is?
There's always a new hot dog.
I found one in a shopping bag with the handles on it, and
A hot dog with
I was like
handles?
going through the bag. And there's receipts and stuff. I pulled out, and shit was like all bent and dried up. It was.
Jesus.
I
was
still have.
dying when you started comparing them. When you pulled out the
Yeah.
old one that day, It's like,
Oh, I have. I have the whole time lapse. It's like the evolution of man. Like I have each
making
one.
a shirt. Oh my
It's-
god, that would be perfect merch for you. That on a shirt.
The evolution
A
of
hot
a
dog
dried
nibble.
up slim. It turns into a Slim Jim at the end. So
And it's still edible, ironically. Yeah.
That's funny. I got hit in the face with the first hot dog.
instead
That
of
everyone up there with. He threw it into the crowd, and John and Parator missed it, and it hit me in the face when I wasn't looking.
it's instead of walking upright, this thing gets hunched over as it gets older.
Yeah,
I mean, in time,
Simulates
The evolution.
simulates life, you know.
it's wilted.
What
Yeah.
are some
My-
big name comedians that we've seen on stage live?
Louis C.K.,
Oh, cool.
Mark Normand.
Nice. I've seen him. Yeah.
I thought the best guy I ever saw live was probably Ryan Hamilton. Oh, I saw
don't know him.
Stavros too.
I don't know either of those last two. I should probably check him out.
Yeah, Stavros is blown up now.
Oh, Stavros. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I know that guy. Yeah, the Greek guy. Yeah,
I saw him in the Comedy Connection. That was like I was falling out of my chair laughing.
Yeah.
That was like the funniest
he's
thing.
a funny dude.
Last person I saw was Ari Spears, and before that, Brett Ernst and Jimmy Walker. That's in the past 25 years. I haven't
How was Ari Spears?
What's that?
How was Ari Spears?
It was funny.
The open mics, I mean, that's a way to get your foot in the door. But the question is like, where does everybody see themselves going from here? Like, so in 5 years and now, you know, are you still going to be going to open mics, or what's your plan? Is it trying to make something here in this area, or is it trying to get into mainstream, or is it trying to create something of your own?
President of Belarus.
President of
Go for
Belarus?
me.
Well, that's very possible.
Alexie.
All you need is a little bit of money. You could buy that position.
Right, yeah.
Just call Putin and tell him he's your buddy.
Yeah, right. And all of the problems that entails, and that position entails.
I would like to have a good show. I think having like a monthly show that was always was consistently good, that everybody was excited for. That would be enough for me.
Like
But-
a live show, or
Yeah, like a stand-up
Yeah,
show,
yeah.
like a 3 or 4 man thing with a good headliner. That something where every month people we're like, oh, the show's next week. We got to be there. It's gonna be hilarious.
would you tour with it, or just for this area?
Probably just locally. I'm not gonna have like Louis C.K. headlining or anything in the back room of VFW, but
You don't have to have like that. You can, there are thousands of artists that literally make a very good living touring, and you don't have to fill a 3,000 seat area. You could fill 20 seats in different locations. In
yeah,
different,
that would be. I think I would have a blast doing that. Right now, the focus for me and Jenna is just to get as funny as possible.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think a step in the right direction to doing that is having access to like hosting spots and like a room to create your own show. So I don't know, which more stage time for us, make it more convenient. And if we're more in control of stuff too, I'm excited to be able to manipulate the environment to have the best like comedy experience for an open mic.
So and I'm asking for myself too, is because I'm new to all this stuff. So what is your rubrics that you basically use to decide what is working and what is not?
Jenna.
So if Jenna laughs, it's a
We don't have any plan or idea. It's just what we feel is funny.
Yeah.
Like, if we think we're funny, then we should be able to decipher what. I don't know. If we believe it's funny, then it's funny.
Yeah.
And
right. That's what I mean.
It's like Prometheus bringing the fire to mankind. Like they don't even know yet.
yeah.
So whatever
So
we
if you make it, they will come. That's the kind of like.
Yeah.
that
Like I
exactly
think it's
that.
funny, so
Yeah.
it's funny, and now you can enjoy it because I'm nice.
So
For me, I don't know what my Rubik's is yet because I have no response from an audience yet. I don't. I don't know if my humor is the same as anybody else's humor. Obviously, that's not always the case because I haven't had anybody laugh back yet. Maybe one or two.
You can't validate your jokes with the open mic
I
response.
just laughed. I thought that was funny.
That I'm not funny, or the fact that I thought that someone laughed at one of my jokes. That's hilarious.
They're not listening to you.
Yeah.
Like, that's the first thing that you have to accept is
Yeah.
nobody cares about you.
Yeah.
You have to make them care about you. And the way that you do that is by listening to them and just being consistent with everything. When they're invested in you, then they will want to hear what you have to say. Until then, you're just getting reps in. Just go bomb. Like, the first thing I needed to do was getting comfortable not getting the reaction.
Yeah, that's where I'm not at yet. It's like if I say something doesn't get reaction, it almost ruins my role. Like even if I'm up here, it's like the laugh down here. Down here. That's why the last one, that one guy in the corner, the one that I've never met before, he laughed, and I was like, "Damn it, I got this audience rolling.
Yeah.
This is my best set ever."
But also, it doesn't mean that the jokes aren't good. Look at, if you go watch like someone like Brian Wayne or Leslie Zwicker at an open mic, they'll do the exact same material that they're going to do the next day on a show, crickets at the mic, and then they'll kill at the show. It's like the open mic is not a good...
Show is completely different.
Yeah,
People are there to laugh.
well, I've
They
heard
paid to laugh.
Joe. I'm not a big Joe Rogan fan, but I heard him talking to another comedian, and he was talking about that. He's like, you could do like one room, and just everybody's laughing. In the next room, not one person even pays
The
attention.
same
to
exact material.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the way it is.
That's why it's got to be what you think is funny.
This-
Because that's not going
Right.
to change.
And
That's-
track talk, yeah.
I always am saying to Devin, it's not for them. Like,
Yeah.
it's not about the audience. It's so
Jenna
much.
has disdain for the audience.
I do.
It's
Like, this is
endearing.
comedy.
Hey, I'm part of
No,
it.
you're. This is like
Alexie's your biggest fan.
When
Right?
people
when-
you think are funny. Laugh at your stuff is so much more meaningful than people
Yeah.
who pay.
Jenna will be at a mic and will be disappointed when there's a real audience at the mic. She just wants to tell the jokes to the comics.
Yeah.
Stops the show. What are you laughing
Well-
at?
Yeah. You have to surround yourself with people who think that you're funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I have friends. It doesn't matter. Sometimes I could say anything and they'll
Yeah.
laugh at it. And
I'm more interested in extracting laughter from people who hate me.
nah,
That's impressive.
I want to be so funny that my worst
Yeah.
enemy has to admit it.
yeah. But I don't know about that.
Undeniable.